Hey, I'm Dr. Duck. Today, we're looking at SCP-051 to 060. Let's begin. SCP-051, also known as Japanese Obstetrical Model, is classified as safe. SCP-051 is an anatomical model of a human female, approximately 25 centimeters in height, carved from ivory and featuring Asian facial characteristics. The model is fitted with human hair and articulated joints at the shoulders, hips, and knees. The abdominal section is removable, revealing a ribcage structure and a 2.5 centimeter fetus-like component connected by a cord. The object was recovered from a Japanese museum alongside a fragment of rice paper containing 12th century text. The text appears to describe a ritualistic prayer intended to trap demonic entities targeting unborn children within a physical vessel resembling the model. When SCP-051 is brought near pregnant individuals, it induces a strong compulsive urge to interact with it, specifically to remove the fetus-like component. Exposure has been associated with severe physiological effects, including nausea, cramping, vaginal bleeding, and hemorrhaging. In many documented cases, exposure results in miscarriage within 2 to 24 hours, often involving severe fetal deformities and significant trauma to the subject. In some cases, maternal death has occurred. If miscarriage does not occur, affected pregnancies have resulted in infants born with extreme deformities. SCP-052, also known as Time-Traveling Train, is classified as Euclid. SCP-052 manifests as an R4 New York City subway train originally constructed in 1932 and destroyed in 1975. Despite its destruction, the train continues to reappear at specific stations without explanation. The anomaly appears only during a limited window between 2300 and 100 on Saturdays and Sundays. When present, the train opens its doors for approximately 5 minutes. Only individuals who have previously been aboard the train are permitted entry. Once boarded, passengers are transported through time, either into the past or the future. The destination year varies unpredictably, with recorded instances ranging from 1976 to 2204. Most passengers are never seen again. Individuals arriving from the past are typically integrated into modern society, while those arriving from the future are placed under Foundation containment procedures. The mechanism behind the train's temporal displacement remains unknown. SCP-053, also known as Young Girl, is classified as Euclid. SCP-053 is a human female child approximately 3 years of age. The subject is capable of basic speech and demonstrates above-average cognitive development. Under normal conditions, she displays a calm and generally friendly personality. However, exposure in crowded environments or prolonged interaction beyond approximately 10 minutes triggers severe psychological and behavioral changes in nearby individuals. Affected subjects rapidly develop paranoia, irrational hostility, and violent aggression. This hostility is primarily directed toward the child, often escalating into widespread violence against anyone in proximity. Any attempt to physically harm the child results in immediate and severe physiological failure in the attacker, typically including cardiac arrest or seizures shortly after causing injury. The subject is capable of rapidly regenerating any inflicted damage, regardless of severity. She appears to have no awareness or understanding of the anomalous effects she produces. SCP-054, also known as Water Nymph, is classified as safe. SCP-054 is a water-based humanoid entity that typically presents as approximately 90 liters of liquid when outside of a body of water. When submerged, it becomes indistinguishable from surrounding water. The entity displays curious, friendly behavior and can mimic or alter its form in response to nearby stimuli. It will only fight if threatened. It must be contained in a watertight isolation room with specialized climate control equipment to prevent loss of mass through evaporation. Continuous access to water is required to maintain stability. Vulnerability includes freezing temperatures, evaporation, electrical discharge, and chemical exposure such as acids or bases. SCP-055, also known as Unknown, is classified as Keter. SCP-055 is an anomalous, self-keeping secret or anti-memetic entity, meaning information regarding its appearance, behavior, and origin cannot be reliably retained. The object is contained within a 5 meters by 5 meters by 2.5 meters reinforced cement chamber. While it can be directly observed, documented, and recorded through audio, visual, and written means, all descriptive information is rapidly lost or becomes inaccessible to observers shortly after exposure. Individuals attempting to recall or describe the anomaly typically experience rapid memory decay regarding its characteristics, often accompanied by loss of interest in the subject. Despite this, the entity is not invisible or intangible, and interaction with it is physically possible. The primary anomalous effect is the persistent inability to retain meaningful information about it. SCP-056, also known as Beautiful Person, is classified as Euclid. SCP-056 is a human-like entity with variable size, gender, and appearance, which changes in response to its environment, especially the perception of nearby observers. Its most commonly observed form is that of an attractive adult male. The SCP shifts appearance when attention is lost or redirected, making its true form difficult to consistently observe. Documented transformations include different attractive adult human forms such as alternate male and female appearances, changes in facial structure, and variations in age within adulthood. In some instances, SCP-056 has also adopted non-human appearances that remain visually appealing, including a well-groomed domestic animal-like form and even an inanimate object resembling a comfortable couch, both seemingly designed to maintain attention and positive perception. The entity shows no measurable biological life signs, including body temperature, heartbeat, or consistent mass. It can also speak all known human languages and demonstrates extensive knowledge across multiple fields. Individuals interacting with SCP-056 often experience jealousy, dissatisfaction, and emotional manipulation, which can lead to influenced or coerced behavior. The SCP is considered dangerous as it will behave in any way that benefits it without consideration for others. It has used this influence to manipulate subjects into dangerous situations, resulting in several casualties. SCP-057, also known as the Daily Grind, is classified as safe. SCP-057 is a large underground stone chamber constructed from an impenetrable slate-like material. The chamber contains numerous moving stone monoliths that continuously shift position. The anomaly activates only when a human subject enters the structure. Upon entry, the exit seals automatically, and the interior transforms into a constantly shifting maze that requires continuous focus to navigate. The monoliths move in patterned sequences that force the subject to keep advancing in order to avoid being trapped. The process can last for hours or even days, causing extreme physical and mental exhaustion. No recorded subject has successfully escaped. If the subject stops moving or collapses, they are crushed by the shifting walls. The maze then ceases activity until the next activation. SCP-058, also known as Heart of Darkness, is classified as Keter. SCP-058 is an anomalous bovine heart structure fitted with 4 arthropod-like legs used for locomotion, as well as 4 tentacles of adjustable length covered in razor-sharp spines. It also possesses a single stinger-like appendage located on its rear. The anomaly is highly hostile, with a confirmed kill count exceeding 150 human beings. The creature is capable of rapid movement across both horizontal and vertical surfaces, reaching speeds of up to 90 kilometers per hour. Its tentacles can extend and strike at speeds of approximately 320 kilometers per hour, also assisting with balance and mobility. The entity demonstrates extreme resilience to physical damage. SCP-058 produces continuous vocalizations in the voice of an elderly British man. These vocalizations do not correlate with its environment or actions and appear to be random speech with no coherent intent. The anomaly sustains itself by consuming approximately 1 cow every 3 days and also exhibits normal sleep cycles despite its hostile behavior. SCP-059, also known as radioactive mineral, is classified as Keter. SCP-059 is an unknown radioactive mineral resembling scheelite, believed to originate from an alternate universe. The mineral emits standard alpha, beta, and gamma radiation, as well as an additional anomalous form of radiation designated delta radiation. When an area is exposed to delta radiation for approximately 15 minutes or longer, an unknown fungal organism begins to grow and spread throughout the affected region. This fungal growth will disappear within 24 hours if SCP-059 is removed. However, if the spread reaches sufficient scale, covering cubic kilometer level volumes, the fungus itself begins emitting delta radiation. Within approximately 18 hours of advanced exposure, all infected matter, both biological and non-biological, develops immunity to conventional radiation and then demanifests from reality, reportedly transitioning into the mineral's origin universe. The fungal growth can be eradicated using most standard disinfectants if treated early. SCP-060, also known as Infernal Occult Skeleton, is classified as Keter. SCP-060 is a grove of 17 anomalous white oak trees located in rural northeastern Minnesota. Whenever any part of these trees is burned, even as little as 20 grams, an animate human skeleton engulfed in bright white flames manifests. The entity stands approximately 2.3 meters tall and immediately attempts to cause as much destruction as possible. It is highly aggressive and relatively intelligent, often attacking personnel directly and deliberately seeking out flammable materials to spread fires. The burning skeleton can move at extremely high speeds and has demonstrated growing familiarity with Foundation facilities after repeated manifestations. It can only be neutralized by completely extinguishing its flames through large volumes of water, chemical suppressants, or oxygen deprivation. Upon destruction, the entity collapses into ash. However, reigniting material from the grove will cause it to reappear. The anomaly was discovered after a missing person investigation led authorities to a secluded property in Minnesota containing the grove and the remains of a burned house. The trees are currently contained inside specially constructed greenhouses protected by extensive fire suppression systems. Thank you for accessing these classified records with me. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing for more SCP content. Let me know what you would like to see next.